Hey, welcome, Supreme Beings. Welcome to my spaceship, Alien Tarot. We gon' take flight, explore the planet. It's time for us to rise now. It's time for us to stand in our power. It's time for us to see it now. It's time for us to see the vision. Welcome to my spaceship, Alien Tarot. Welcome to my spaceship, Alien Tarot. It's time for us to... What's good, aliens? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a spiritual vibes for May 2025 for the sign of Pisces Collective. First of all, I want to say thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. Anything you guys need will be in the description box below. Archangel Michael asks that you remove any sort of blockages within or around me that may affect my ability to bring forth this messages to the Piscean Collective for the month of May 2025. Okay, Spirit, what's going on for Piscean Collective for the month of May 2025? What is going on, Piscean Collective, for the month of May 2025? All right, we have clarity. Take a moment to think about your situation to figure it out. I do feel like in the month of May, you guys are going to be in this space of like, before you make certain decisions, you want to be clear about your direction. You want to be clear about your why. Like, why am I feeling this way? Why do I want this? Why do I not want this? Okay. Why do I want this person? Why do I not want this person? Why do I want this job? Why do I not want this job? There's an energy of needing to know the why behind every choice, every decision, every action, every reaction. There's a need to know all of that. And so in the month of May, you guys are going to get a moment of clarity, but the moment of clarity happens through stand still. So you could feel like in the month of May, things are moving, but not as quickly as you would want it to be. And things will only slow down when Spirit is saying, okay, Pisces Collective, you might be moving a little bit too fast. Let's take a moment to slow down just for a second. And so we can gain some clarity about this direction that you're trying to move towards, okay? So it says take a moment to think about your situation to figure it out. So if you're feeling confused about something in the month of May, Source is saying the answers that you seek are going to be within you. So it's like no one is going to be able to give you the direct clarity or answer that you are looking for. Only you're going to be able to give yourself, you know, that clarity, give yourself that confirmation, also give yourself that comfort. All right. So Spirit, what's going on in the month of May 2025 for Piscean Collective? What's going on in the month of May? So we have this energy of self-sufficient, someone who's secure, someone who's stable, someone who knows their worth, someone who's in the space of like, they know how to attract the things that they want. They've gotten to a space to where they are comfortable and they can spend a little bit of money on themselves if they want to. Okay, so this card is representative of, you know, your stability. Okay, so this could be that Source is trying to get you guys to see that you're in this space, that you're okay, or Source is trying to get you guys to see where you're needing to look at something differently so that you can get back in alignment with this energy. Okay, you guys could be seeing birds in the month of May. What's going on with Piscean Collective? Why is this energy here? Okay. I do feel like Source is wanting you guys to get clarity about yourself. So when, I just saw 333. So when you are in this space of wanting to align with anyone, you're aligning from a place of, I know my worth. I know what I'm deserving of. I know what, you know, I'm capable of. I'm comfortable, you know, and also making sure that no one is imposing on that energy as well. I do feel like in the month of May, there's going to be a lot of kindred spirits that you guys are going to be communicating with and connecting with as well. This card also gives like a lot of compatible energy. So Not only are you compatible physically, emotionally, mentally, financially, all of those different things. So I do feel like in the month of May, Source is saying, make sure that when it comes to any type of connection, it's in alignment with this energy. So we do have Temperance, okay? So Temperance talks about a disconnection. So you may be connected, you know, physically to something, but are you connected to it on a spiritual level? Because this card can represent sometimes going to the extremes, okay? So be aware of where you may be going to the extremes with a person when it comes to a situation, and also take a step back to gain clarity as to why is this energy coming about. Okay, this card can also sometimes deal with like alchemizing something, bringing something together that doesn't normally fit. Okay, it's almost like opposite attract. That could be something that you guys are dealing with, and also maybe even going within and asking yourself, why isn't this fitting? Okay, why isn't this working out? Why am I not getting the results that I want when it comes to this energy? And then we do have this energy of like moving out of a cycle. Okay, so I do feel like once you guys get clarity, you are able to move out of a cycle with a person within a situation. Also, in the month of May, there's a strong emphasis on patience. Patience, collective, okay? And I know none of us want to hear patience, but this card does deal with patience. And when you're in the space of not in alignment with that patient energy, then you will see that you're going to try to go to the extreme in order to get the results that you want, and that's not going to be beneficial for you either. Okay, bottom of the deck, we do have this energy where it talks about missing opportunity. It can sometimes deal with wasted money, wasted talent, things of that nature. It can also sometimes deal with someone else is creating some form of imbalance in your finances. So if that is the case, pay attention to that. And if you're the one that's creating this imbalance, pay attention to that as well. This can also deal with like not necessarily taking care of your health, okay? Like neglecting some type of responsibility that you have when it comes to yourself. So make sure you're not neglecting yourself. Okay. And if there's a time where this comes about, there's a need for you guys to go within and figure out where is this coming from. Clarify this energy right here. And some of you guys could be in a space where you're trying to, you know, gain information and gain knowledge about how to get into this energy. Because we do have law of affirm, and then we have declare and decree you are financially free. So this card represents someone who doesn't feel financially secure. You guys could also been dealing with someone who kept premeditating situations pertaining to your finances, your money, and things of that nature, and therefore that created some form of, you know, suffering for you guys financially. Yeah, we got partnerships. Therefore, that could create some type of suffering when it comes to you guys connection. So we have law of affirm. It says speak into existence, affirmation, powerful throat chakra, believing in the unknown. So maybe you guys are in this space to where maybe you're not as comfortable as you want to be, but you are speaking it into existence, because we have didn't take the situation seriously. So you guys could be dealing with certain people that are not taking you seriously. Maybe you got to a space where you were setting up boundaries, but you're not sticking to those boundaries. There could also be certain people that's not taking a specific connection that you are attracting, or someone that you're dealing with, they're not taking that situation seriously. This can also sometimes deal with siblings as well, okay? There's an energy of certain people are not taking what you're saying seriously as far as your actions, as far as what you're communicating, okay? We have trying to control your rebirth through past trauma. So there is someone that is going to the extreme of trying to control your rebirth through your past trauma. Okay? So there is someone who knows how to trigger you and to get you to go to the space of extremes when it comes to your actions, when it comes to your emotions. Some of you guys smoking, alcohol. There's someone who knows how to get you guys to the extremes when it comes to your trauma, and therefore you align back through certain addictions, things that you pretty much disconnected from. But whoever you're dealing with, however it goes, they know what to do to control your rebirth through your past trauma. Okay? And this represents someone who is premeditated when it comes to that. Okay? That's why we got this Two of Cups energy. So let's see. What is this? It's all 10-10. Don't let a bad moment ruin your life, your day, or your week. So this represents someone who wants you guys to get out of balance. And therefore, you ruin, this energy that you're moving towards. This new cycle. You guys give me 1 second. I got to get my battery charger. Okay, so yeah, so this represents someone who knows exactly what to say, what to do to get you to respond, to get you to react. The fact that we do have this card in reverse, this is the card of being connected to, your angels. And when someone, however it goes, does certain things to you, it gets you in a space where you're lacking clarity or you're lacking direction, and you're no longer connected to, your angels. All right? So you're moving into this beautiful new cycle. And this new cycle, it is personal. Because I'm looking at this card and, this person is in this card by themselves, which talks about they've gotten to this place of being secure on their own. Then this card represents a partnership. But this represents someone who didn't necessarily take the person that said that they were going to get to a space on their own, or they were going to get, be self-sufficient, they were going to be good. Someone didn't take that situation seriously. Then whoever didn't take the other person seriously, that is the opposing energy here that is like throwing someone off or trying to throw someone off. So in the month of May, Spirit is saying be aware of that. And then the fact that we have this card was ruled by, Sagittarius, it deals with the mind. So this represents someone is trying to get in someone's mind, and therefore it slows them down. Okay. So the World card is dealing with, again, don't let a bad experience or situation ruin your day, your life, or your week. Okay. Because I do feel like this energy right here that's the sole purpose of it. Okay. So it says law of transmutation. It says negative situation, heavy emotions, heavy energy, dark clouds, and negativity. So I do feel like you guys are moving into a new cycle, but I do feel like this new cycle, it is going to require you to continue to transmute, heavy energies, negative emotions, things of that nature. And you guys are moving into this new cycle because you've transmuted a lot. So it's like, although you're moving into a new cycle, the work doesn't stop there. You're going to have to continue to transmute and continue to grow and all of that. And keep in mind, you have someone, however it go, that is connected to you, that doesn't believe, that you can get to this space of being self-sufficient. You can get to the space of being secure. Although Source is really trying to give you guys the clarity and see that you're already there. Okay? That's the kicker. And when you connect it with this other energy, it makes you feel like you're not, but you're already there. That's what I'm getting. And then, like I said, others of you guys, you are in the midst of, doing the work to get there. And again, someone, however it go, doesn't believe that you can actually do it. doesn't believe that, you know, collective is not going to get there. I don't see that happening for, you know, Piscean collective. I don't see them doing it. Okay. And also, this could be several people as well, because when I think of, you know, Sagittarius energy, it does deals with travel. So this could, and also sometimes deal with the web and things of that nature. So this is like a lot of people who don't necessarily believe that you can get to the space of, you know, maybe being comfortable on your own, being abundant on your own, successful on your own. Okay, there could be a lot of people that don't feel like you can maintain it. Okay, however it go. What's going on with Piscean collective? We have, are you making it harder than it has to be? Sometimes the solutions are simple. Perhaps it's time to clean house personally or professionally, to start with a clean palette. Stick to basic needs when it comes to spending and put some money aside. So also be aware of your spending. But the fact that we have, what is it, Albert Einstein, I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't think that he was ever going to be smart and all of these different things, but he would end up being a freaking genius. Okay? And we got shifts. So you guys are moving into a new direction. You're taking something in a different direction. And maybe because you're taking something in a different direction, there's, you know, several people in particular that doesn't believe that that could be successful or something of that nature. What's going on? Piscean collective for the month of May. We have security. All right. So it says, you are financially secure and abundant. Continue to grow to maintain stability in your career and finances. Multiple streams of income are recommended. So maybe you guys are in this space where you're trying to create another stream of income. Either whatever you're doing, there's this other energy, or maybe a specific person, however it goes, maybe a group of people, doesn't necessarily believe, they're not taking it seriously. They don't take you seriously. Okay? That's what I'm getting. Let's go in and see what planets are you guys going to be traveling to before we see what's going to be manifesting for you. What planet is Piscean collective going to be traveling to in the month of May? This one. All right. Okay, so we have deacons are subdivisions of sign. Each sign has 3 deacons. Karmic astrology, your deacon placement indicate the added planetary influence on the planet in question. It also identifies the constellation and star system from which you could originate from. So I'm going to be getting another one to see what is this about. So let's clarify this energy. Oh, Jupiter. Okay, so Jupiter is all about, you know, that expansion, that growth. The world card, expansion. This card represents, you know, growth and expansion as well. So the gas giant Jupiter is the planet of luck as well as expansion. The sign and house in which your Jupiter is located are an indication of where you need to apply more freedom. Okay? So the karmic aspect of this Jupiter energy can manifest in, you know, negative behavior, secrecy, and deceptive behavior. Planets aspect in Jupiter indicate an added need for attention to those placements for balancing karmic debt. Your Jupiter sign can also support channeling specific ancestors with the same astrological planet. So there could also be an energy where you guys are channeling your ancestors as well, and your ancestors are trying to bring growth, and there could also be some type of opposing energies that doesn't think that you guys can do something. Okay, however it go. Yeah, and I even see this card which represents master builder, guided, lesson to learn, mentor. So maybe that could be it as well. Then we do have return to school, student, college, thinking of going back to school, enrollment. So some of you guys, like I said, you're in this space to where you're studying on how to embody this energy and get to this place. And some people feel like you can't do it. Others of you guys are in this space already. Some people feel like you can't maintain it. Okay. Some of you guys are in the space where you're creating multiple streams of income. Some people can feel like, you know, all those streams of income isn't going to work out for you. Something like that. All right. That was a bonus card for you guys. What is this energy for Pisces Collective? Give me one card. So we got Tree of Life. Tree, wisdom, making good choices in life. So confirmation, here you guys are that you're in this space of trying to make good choices in life. So this could be where people saw y'all as a crash out or whatever the case may be. But now you're in the space where you really are trying to do better in life. And those people who may have saw you guys not do so good are assuming that things are never going to change out. They're never going to, you know, get better for you. You're always going to do the same thing. You're always going to be in this space. Okay? So that is what I see for you guys, Pisces Collective. If you guys like what I did this reading, like, comment, subscribe to my channel. See you guys in the next video. Bye.